عن سهل بن سعد الساعدي رضي الله تعالى عنه وعن كل صحابة أجمعين أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam has mentioned al-anatu min Allah. Al-anatu min Allah. Wal-ujlatu min ash-shaytan. Aw kama qala alayhi salatu wasallam. See what I did there? Al-anatu min Allah. I took a nice sip. I took composure. And then wal-ujlatu min ash-shaytan. And hastiness. Hastiness is from shaitan. It's a very famous, well-known hadith. There is some discussion with regards to one of the narrators in it. We are not going to talk about the narrators, but understand that the first portion of the hadith is al-anatu min Allah. Many times people, when they start quoting this, they quote the second portion, wal ujlatu min ash-shaytan wal anatu min Allah. They make taqlib. This is called taqlib, right? Meaning you have flipped the wordings here and there. Maybe another narration may be there, but the main narration is al-anatu min Allah, or at-ta'anni min Allah, as it would come in some other narration, right? So al-anatu min Allah, composure, your civility, your dignity, your waqar is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then wal ujlatu, and haste is from shaitan. So from here it seems every kind of haste is from shaitan. So if haste is from shaitan, it's going to be obviously makruh, disliked, despised. We want to get rid of it, so we should get rid of everything, right, about that is hasty. So here, if we say that all haste is makruh and all haste we should get rid of, then and Muslims should adopt the anat, that is the opposite, and composure. Then the question will be asked, like asked, that isn't there hastiness in good deeds as well? Didn't Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell us that when you yusari'una fil khair, right? The people who rush towards the khair, isn't that hastiness? Isn't that ujala? Right? So we need to answer that. Is the haste over there acceptable or not acceptable? Mullah Ali Qari says, before that, some of the shurrah have mentioned that the haste is in worldly matters. Right, so their way of answering it is haste is in worldly matters. So if the worldly matters, they don't have anything to do with your akhirah, with your religion, then you are told ujlatu min ash-shaytan, that you being hasty in that, it is from shaitan. He is going to make you rush those things, and he is going to deprive you of the barakah of them. But at the same time, they say when it comes to deen, then that is not haste. You should do it fast, quickly. Right, so this is one. Mullah Ali Qari rahmullah says that no, when we look at the mutun, when we look at the ahadith or the ayat where yusari'una fil khairat has been used, nowhere it is mentioned that you should have ujla towards the good deeds. It mentions that you should have sur'an, you should have quickness towards it, right? In English we are still saying hastening towards it, right? But in Arabic, there's a difference. Musara'at is different than mubadarat. Mubadarat is referring to ujala, meaning ujala is when you hasten without your thinking. You don't realize, you become careless, and you don't assess anything, you just do. Right? So nobody is telling you that if you are trying to do good deeds, that you mustn't think anything. You should just do it. Imagine if you have the salah in front of you, and you have to do rightly so. Over there Sayyidina Umar ibn Farooq, he is mentioning that don't do ujla, don't do haste, and it's a good deed, salah. You have to still maintain your anat, right, composure. So good deeds does not automatically mean religious deed, doesn't mean that you are going to be hasty. So we have to then define what that haste is. Haste is undue, without due diligence, or without caring for anything, no assessment of what's right and wrong in how you are approaching a subject and carrying it out. because that's what happening in the worldly aspects with regards to ujla to min shaitan. You are being given something to do in the world, and you are not thinking it through. Similarly, think about it, for example, that it is praiseworthy to pray in nawafil, but does not mean that you're not going to do any prep work. Making wudu before it, properly perfuming yourself, all so that you can stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is going to increase the rewards. That is against the ujla. Ujla is you don't care what your clothes are and everything, but I am performing nafal salah, and you just carry on, and still, even though you're reading your tahajjud salah and everything, you are in your home and everything, and you are praying in your Bermuda shorts and t-shirt or something like that. That is not how you present in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's ujla. You did not think through, right? You're going to stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You must make proper preparation for it, and then stand before Allah. So that would be anat. That would not be the ujla, the opposite of ujla. Another example is that comes as is also about the sadaqah. You want to give the sadaqah, right? So but there are prerequisites of finding the right avenue for the sadaqah, right? Just as the concern that came about today as well, right? We don't know the person is eligible for sadaqah or not sadaqah. No, but take it, and afterwards you realize, like, now you have to take it back from him because he cannot accept sadaqah because he's from the Ahlul Bayt, right? He's a Sayyid or something, right? So ojala, this is a person would say, like, but this is deen, right? This is deen. Oh, you should be hasty in that. So you should be hasty, but not ujala. You should think about it, assess about it. Once you have decided, or once you have made an assessment, this avenue is good. Yes, I have checked out all the people are good in this, and this will help with a positive outcome for my akhirah. Khalas, that is done. Now don't waste time and just spend in it. No, don't start thinking like, oh, but I could have given in some other place. Oh, I could have given there. No, this is valid avenue. Then give, and don't think that what's going to happen afterwards. Similarly, think about the in opposite as well. When one perceived something, or some bad deed, right? Some sinful deed, some activity that he knows it's going to bring about negative effect for him. Negative effect for him, not in this world, in akhirah. In this world, probably with the displeasure of Allah. In akhirah, probably with some kind of a sin. Then in that case too, hastening to abstain from it is praiseworthy, right? But you still have thought about something. You have thought, "Okay, it's going to be negative for me, it's going to harm me, so I must abstain from it." Over there, your hastiness is going to be a good deed at that time. But and this will not be ujla. Ujla would be without care, without worry, right? You are going to in get into involved in that activity, and later on realize that, oh, no, it's not good for me. That would be ujla. So understand this hadith nicely. Al anatu min Allah wal ujlatu min ash-shaytan.